LinkedIn is an absolutely massive opportunity for brands. And I think a lot of people are just waking up to the fact how much potential is out there on LinkedIn. And yes, people are really just scratching the surface. And in this video, we wanted to kind of just chat about what the opportunity actually is so that brands can understand where they are now and where they potentially go in the future. So James, I know you live and breathe LinkedIn, talking to brands day in, day out. How do you kind of see the LinkedIn opportunity in 2023? What are brands missing out in your view?
Well, it's a good question. I think things have changed for the massive benefit of LinkedIn over the last couple of months, because to set the scene, particularly B2B social media, you had LinkedIn and you had Twitter. They were like the two B2B platforms. Twitter, FinTweet, healthcare community on Twitter. No one is going to be, Twitter as a platform is now essentially imploding in many ways. So we have this massive opportunity now with the implosion of Twitter, where a whole massive, vast ecosystem of advertising dollars, brands are going to be looking at LinkedIn as really one of the only social platforms left in 2023 to have proper business conversations. I mean, Facebook, not really, let's be honest. Twitter, yes, no, it's not anymore. Snap is not really a place you go for B2B comms. People have tried to create competition, but LinkedIn has this moat of an amazing pool of almost 1 billion users of data, has a growing creator community, a growing content community. We're just barely scratching the surface. We have a Mariana Trench of data which is going to be unfolded. So no, it's a very exciting point. We're in a really exciting period, as you say, Max. Yeah.
What I love about LinkedIn is the organic reach. Like you can literally get thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of views on your posts. Unlike, some other platforms which kind of throttle your reach. On LinkedIn, the organic reach is incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
And I think LinkedIn, obviously LinkedIn started out as just a place for recruitment. It's where you had a profile, you went to find jobs. But I think over the last year, LinkedIn has really kind of, turns the corner into being a content platform, somewhere people do go to actually engage with content, to create their own content. And something I'm really excited about and a massive opportunity for brands out there is LinkedIn Lives. Mm-hmm. I think LinkedIn is well positioned to be the event platform of choice. Why would you go and host, when you go and do a webinar or, an online event, you're going on LinkedIn to get your attendees anyway. You're sending out messages and you're doing social posts to get people there. But if you just do your events within LinkedIn, which now you can do with LinkedIn Lives, the LinkedIn audio events, I really think in the next year, 2 years, 5 years, LinkedIn will be the place where online events happen. And I think we're just scratching the surface when it comes to that. And it's just shocking to see how many brands still aren't getting it right or capitalizing on it.
Yeah, and to your point, LinkedIn are owned by Microsoft. So when you do a LinkedIn Live event, what happens? Microsoft, who own Outlook, who own the Office 365 ecosystem, are putting their weight behind your LinkedIn event. So you get an Outlook notification saying, do you want a calendar invite to attend? You get push notifications to your email and LinkedIn. LinkedIn has the repository of quality data. It has an inbuilt platform in which you can start to develop these lives. And we've always said that the future of content marketing is going to be much more focused on TV production. People are going to have their own TV shows. And I've always said to brands that we're in a place now technologically and particularly through LinkedIn, if you're on B2B, where you can actually create your own show. You don't need a third party. You don't need to bring in a publishing house, or you don't have to pay big bucks to advertise on a media site or a magazine. You can create your own ecosystem, and you can use live and content and your people to create a show. And I think that is really exciting. And I think Microsoft throwing their weight behind LinkedIn is really exciting. And I think Live is absolutely incredible. I mean, the reach you can get on Live is huge.
Yeah,
it's absolutely huge.
It's such more. It's a way more fun dynamic as well, where you have more informal chats. You can bring up slides if you want. You can ask your audience, and brands are only really starting to scratch the surface on what that means. But it does require a different skill set. And I love what you're saying about becoming a TV show. And brands do need to become their own TV show. And I think you need the skill sets you're going to need. You're going to need great presenters. You're going to need great guests as well. But it's such a good opportunity opportunity to cross-pollinate content, to actually get different brands, on each other's shows, talking about content, getting live interactions from their audience. I really think like this is just the beginning of LinkedIn. Like I see humongous growth in the platform, and it's really a massive opportunity for brands to get ahead.
Yeah, and I think the point around guests is really critical as well, because I think the currency or the medium of most value on LinkedIn is peer-to-peer intelligence. And I think marketing teams, social teams have yet to truly understand that the real value of LinkedIn, where you're going to get that real traction, is with peer-to-peer intelligence, is with people listening to a CTO of a bank, or listening to a director of a division, or listening to someone who's on the ground in an R&D lab, giving candid peer-to-peer intelligence through platforms like LinkedIn. And I think that's a massive opportunity for creators to really explore that side of LinkedIn. And LinkedIn are investing heavily in their creators. They want to turn LinkedIn into a place where people come to LinkedIn to consume content like they do on YouTube. They go on and they watch things. So that's coming down the pipe, and it is coming. They're investing billions of pounds into renovating and transforming the content experience, and it's coming. And whether you're a brand who is currently doing stuff on LinkedIn or is not, I think all eyes need to be focused on this one platform for B2B. I can't see any other game in town, really.
The name of the game is content marketing. Brands, if they want to succeed, have to be great at content marketing. They need to be putting out literally, hundreds of posts a month, doing several. Like if you're a big brand, like someone, tens of thousands of staffs, literally you need to be doing hundreds of content posts across your company page, across your teams. Like it is all about content marketing. And I think a lot of B2B brands, have been guilty of maybe relying too much on their PR team and thinking, we need to get this press release out, and then where they're going to go to. I think I wouldn't say like the traditional kind of, media, like industry publications are dying, like they're still alive. But really, let's face it, like the lion's share of attention now is on LinkedIn. I see so many brands thinking about, we need to spend, £20,000 on this press release. When actually, are you really why not invest that money on a LinkedIn Live or a LinkedIn show? I think, I'm not saying like PR is dead or the press release is a extinct dinosaur, but I really think LinkedIn, if you're a B2B brand, should be taking up the lion's share of your marketing spend. I really believe
it's that whole idea of decentralized social media. I think because you can't create as a system, you cannot create a library of content if you are creating content from a top-down traditional systemized approach to content, which we've done before. Your content has to come from the ground up, because your community is expecting localized content which appeals to very specific demographics. Those demographics have different languages, different interests, and with targeting, your audience are not gonna want those generic big picture pieces. They want your leaders to talk to their community, who may be comprises of 100 to 500 people, about this topic. So it's almost decentralizing the whole content creation ecosystem.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are issues like you need to be aware of compliance and stuff, and you do need to train your staff and give them their proper skills and training to create content, and they need to follow a policy. But if people in your team aren't idiots, like with the right training, with the right hand holding, like not much can go wrong. A post is forgotten within like a week. It's like
we've never seen it. We've done this for 6 years, and we've trained tens of thousands of people across financial services, across banking. We've had one incident I can remember, I'm not going to say publicly, where someone, I think, had some kind of breakdown and started posting some horrible stuff. So that just tells me that the worry is completely unfounded. You're trusting your people who are professionals. The great thing about LinkedIn is the accountability as well, because your professional profile. Exactly. So I completely agree with you. I think that fear is completely overcooked.
Yeah. It's like going to a networking event. You trust your your company to go to a networking event and not start shouting abuse at people, and you'll always have that odd incident where it happens, but it's the minority of times. And another issue that I do hear people talk about is they do have concerns about personal branding, because they're like, okay, we're going to invest all this time in this personal brand, but what if that individual leaves?
That's a huge
and
point.
and how I kind of would respond to that is to think about it at an organizational level. Like, you should never invest everything into one person. You need to have a team of thought leaders. Like, you need to have literally like your whole company, everyone should at some level be a thought leader. Then if one person leaves, it doesn't really matter. It's like, a football club, like they don't, football clubs are around for like hundreds of years, like Chelsea, Man United, like they have a process and a system, and they elevate their team members when they're there.
Yeah.
So you're not relying on one individual. And I know some people get funny and think, oh, we have to invest everything in the company page. Like, we don't want to empower our staff, but people want to engage with people.
Well, and also you lose when people leave companies. They take with them their client book. They take with them their expertise. They take with them their knowledge. They take with them their network. So that's just in many ways collateral of business, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you
have the right systems.
Yeah, if you have like 50 thought leaders though, and they're all interconnected, their networks, then if one person leaves, you don't lose everything. It's like I play like Kaplunk with my kids and stuff. Like, when you pull one, if you've got all the marbles waiting on one stick and you pull out, everything drops. But if you've got tens, hundreds of sticks in there, you take one out, it doesn't matter. You still captured the audience. So that's why it's so important to have a thought leadership program. And have loads of sticking points in there and elevate loads of people at one time. So if one person leaves, you're only losing like 0.1% of your audience.
And that's why we've built a tool to place a data net over the exact thing you said. And the tool is essentially called Linked Influence, and it will allow you, anyone involved in social media, anyone involved in employee advocacy, to actually track not only your own team, but your competition, and get analytics on any keyword, trend, topic, event you want, and set up those dashboards to give you those insights which really matter. And I think that is a really important part of all of this is data and reporting. Is reporting on success, having a system to track content, followers, network growth, and everything else. And that systemized approach is really important, and that's why we created this tool. And we're really proud of it. It's been almost a year building it, and we want all of you to use it. So we're going to put a link in this video for you to sign up to use the tool and give us your feedback, because we really appreciate the feedback. And if you like the tool, then we will look forward to obviously welcoming you as one of our data clients and hopefully advising you on how you can improve your own LinkedIn program through our analytics and content solutions.